Good morning. If I don't get to see you or talk to you throughout the day and everything, or see you before and chat with you before the end of the video, good afternoon, good evening, and good night. For most people, they probably don't remember those lines or anything, but it's one of the key lines with the Truman Show done by Jim Carrey. So, and I live up here in North Pole, Alaska, so I live in a different time zone than mostly everybody else. Kevin 24/7, Michelle, they live in Florida, so they're 4 hours ahead of me. I got people that's an hour ahead of me down on the West Coast. I got people that's 2 hours ahead of me on Mountain Time, which be the Midwest. Also, Central Time, which is basically Tennessee, Louisiana, and all those, and Texas. So that's the reason why I want to utilize that line, because my goal is to reach out to everybody. That includes even overseas if they want to pay attention and see what I got to say. But I was watching a video this morning that Kevin 24/7 put out, um, under Common Sense Methods, and he was talking about the monetization, the changing the hours, um, coming February, I believe it's February 27th of next year, where they're going to go from 4,000 hours to 8,000 watch hours. Okay. And, if you do shorts and everything, they talk about to get monetized with shorts. Currently, right now, it's like 10 million views. Well, they're going to move that up to 20 million views. It's just the way YouTube's just playing around, trying to do different things and everything, trying to, I believe, get more people to purchase things and whatnot. It's just it's a business. And I like what it is and everything, and I like having conversations with people. So I mean, I put out there, Kevin's like, well, if it's for you, it's for you. If it's not, it's not. And this goes for people that have a hard time communicating, having a hard time talking to people, have a hard time, just sticking up for themselves. Communication is the key, and you have to learn to talk to the people. Like right now, I'm just talking, right? But I want to learn more. I want to strive. I want to share with everybody. That's the thing. I'm a community school, Common Sense Methods, which is run by Kevin and Michelle. We have discussions, we have chats and everything. We talk to people. Yeah, most of us are all over the country. Most of us are um, on screen, on video, Zooming, Teamsing, Google Meets, you name it. These are the tools that most people utilize when they're isolated or when they're trying to communicate with people uh, across country. Google Meets and everything and Teams, came about after Zoom did. Main thing, Zoom pretty much was the um, architect for the others, okay? Because Zoom was utilized a lot during COVID. People were isolated. People couldn't go to work, or people were working from home. So these are the things and everything. But um, I do have a community message for everybody for this little blurb and everything. Don't get discouraged. You Kevin put it out there this morning. First step is just doing it. And what he means by just doing it is just open up the camera, look at it, get used to talking to it, put it out there. A lot of people don't like to put themselves out in public, or don't like to put their feelings out there. You know, One thing that I've found in everything is that you need to have thick skin. And if you have thick skin and everything, what other people say doesn't really matter. Are they going to affect you? No, not really. Are they going to, the main thing you don't want to do is, don't ever, one of my things is family, my wife doesn't really want me to let people know where I'm at. But if you know me, you already know where I'm at. So uh, I try and do the best I can editing my videos and stuff. That's a stage that I'm learning. I've only been doing this since April 29th. I've got 37 subscribers. I want to get more. I want to be able to get it up there. So I'm going to be putting out more content. You know, may not be edited. I may, while I'm learning how to edit and everything, I utilize Final Cut Pro. Okay, I've learned a lot of different things to do. I'm trying to learn the different tricks and stuff and everything, the effects with Final Cut Pro. So I mean, there's a lot of things. It all depends on what you want to do. I work out in the yard. I talk to people while I'm working out in the yard. Um, one of the things that one of the suggestions is that some people don't like um, the moving tripod, which I don't really use it in moving stage anymore because I like to move around. When I'm here in the studio and everything, I utilize the tripod just to look at the camera and have a discussion while I'm working and stuff, and just things come off the top of my head. So I'll be I try to put a lot of things together. So, but this is my journey, you know, uh, and so far since April, getting 37 subscribers, the adventure is getting better and better every day. I open up more. I try and communicate with people, not just communicate with the camera. I'm trying to communicate with the people. I want to look through the camera. Okay, and that's part of putting yourself out there and getting to know people. So this is the thing. My channel is called Mac on the Move. Don't take the name too literal. Okay, I do go places and everything, but Mac on the Move means that the topics can move around. It doesn't necessarily have to be one topic. Some days I may do sceneries. Some days I may do pictures of Alaska. I'm looking up different content. So if there's certain things that you're looking for, whether it be politics and whatnot. I'm actually, for one of my thumbnails and everything, creating a wheel, almost like the Wheel of Fortune, but it's the Chatting with Mac conversational wheel. And there'll be different topics on there. And I'm going to make it where it's, moving and everything. You can utilize it. So these are just ideas I have and everything. And, any suggestions that anybody has and stuff, please put it down in the comments. I make suggestions and ideas all the time with the people in the community. Holly, I love her channel, Holly Hawks. Peter, simply talking with Peter, he's come a long way. I mean, he's doing different things now, and some of it I feel that I may have had a hand in helping him. Giving different ideas and stuff. He has a great mind of his own that he does come up with ideas. You know, I like his content that he's starting to push, which he's gone from doing gigs to politics. So, um, and the thing is, I like politics. I'm working on a video now talking about mosques, where they came from. Okay, and basically, I mean, where we know they come from the Middle East. That's where they originated. But how did they come to America? When did they come to America? And I love diving into the history. So there's different things and different ideas. And, in my videos and stuff, I let people know, hey, these are the numbers that I found and stuff. Do your research, reconfirm and everything. Don't always take my word. I'm currently looking up to do an article on Brandon Herrera in Texas. He's running for Congress. I watched an interview that he did and loved what he had to say. One of the things that he had to say was the fact that, talking to, talking about taking care of our veterans more. And I have a letter I've been working on to the president, so I'm going to push that out. I may see if I can reach out to Brandon and have a chat with him. But I have a proposal where I think that if they can figure out how to do it, we'll never need a draft again in our lives. There are plenty of people out there. There are plenty of veterans that take pride in their country. I'm one of them. Okay. Spent 20 years in the Air Force, and I went to places all over the world. I've been to Guam. I've been to South Korea. I've been to, um, you know, people say Canada is not really a trip, but yeah, I spent time in Canada. I spent time in Spain. I spent time in Germany. There's different things, and a lot of my time spending this stuff was on TDYs. I've only um, been to stationed at South Korea. I was at Gwangju Air Base, which I closed it down, and then then the war kicked off, the Gulf War kicked off, and during that time frame, I was supporting it in other ways with munitions and stuff. But I've also been to, I spent 16 years in South Georgia. Moody Air Force Base, Georgia was my first place. So there's just different things. I have a lot of knowledge to express, and I want to share with people. So I hope you understand that this is what my channel really is. It's not Mac on the Move is not typically a channel where I'm just gonna go different places. I'm gonna videotape, hey, this is Mexico, or I've been, things over here in Hawaii and stuff. I'm not gonna go to those places, okay? Hey, that's expensive, and I'm just trying to get this channel started. So Back on the Move is conversational and sharing of real life experiences and reality, suggestions, mentorships, you name it. There's probably about I can't so far I've come up with like 27 topics. So the wheel I'm trying to animate and create and everything is going to have a rotational thing where different topics will come up. So if you like what you're hearing from me, if you like talking to me, or just like listening to my voice and everything. Oh, and the voice, I'm hoping that changes a little bit. Okay, I have kind of a lisp right now because I don't have any teeth. All right. Um, and if when I smile, and I have my mustache and beard. Um, it's much easier just to talk and not worry about what people think about my looks. I don't care what people think about my looks. Okay, what I care about is trying to be as professional as I can. But you know, sometimes appearances may take away from that. I hope not. Hope you understand. But it's maybe a conscientious thing or a self-conscious thing for me because I have no teeth. You know, it's just some of those things. I'm actually working on my dentures right now. So far, the trip has been the journey for that has been long. Started December of 2025, and here it is, August. I may not get my full teeth until because I'm in a stage right now where we're trying getting it set up and everything. So I've had several visits already. Um, this is not a spendy, I mean, this is not a cheap thing either. This is very spendy. So I want to do it right. I want to take the time and do it. So, but that's the reason why, I speak the way I speak. And sometimes when I communicate and stuff, I feel I'm very direct. So some people may not like that. If you don't like it, don't have to watch. But I always try and give you my honest opinion, the way I feel and everything. Um, and that's pretty much it. That's pretty much what my journey that I'm on right now and that I'm trying to do. So if you like the content, if you like the conversation, if you want to hear about politics and about history, if you want to hear about different things, drop a comment down below. And come back. Like, share, comment, subscribe. That's always going to be the key. The more views that I can get, and it's actually, yeah, right now because of monetization and everything, more views I can get and everything. I'm just building this channel. I'm in a rush, but I'm not in a rush, if that makes sense. I want to put good content together. I want to do my research. I want to provide it to everybody. I will be posting, try and post every day though, because I want to have conversations with people on different things. Oh, before I leave, I want to make sure that everybody that's in Alaska and everything that's paying attention and stuff, reminder, August 18th, primary, local elections and stuff. People don't realize local elections matter. So again, if you like what you hear and everything, like, share, subscribe, sub, you know, comment down below. And I appreciate everybody tuning in. I know following the analytics and stuff, I have some followers. Right now, currently I have 37 people subscribed. My goal is to get more than that. 4,000 watch hours. That's the number we need to hit. So again, like, comment, share, subscribe. Stay sharp. Keep moving. Movement keeps us young. And I'll see you on the next one.